Hello guys, welcome again to another BTC video. I hope you are doing great today. I've got another Bitcoin video for you guys, something very interesting in the chart and something that has happened before and something that I have warned people before about. And again, like, no one listens to these things, but I'm gonna try to show you and I'm gonna try to explain, and I hope you listen this time, or at least take some precautions in the upcoming month, basically. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the MACD indicator. So this indicator, believe it or not, I call it the newbie indicator. And I call it the newbie indicator because it's such a reliable and easy indicator to use. You have a blue line and the orange line. Once the blue crosses under the orange, you're bearish. Once the blue crosses above the orange, you're bullish. Very, very simple. And you have a histogram right here under it. So basically, green histogram basically just means you're going up or you're pumping up, and red basically means that you are correcting. Now, with that being said, I want you to pay attention to that 65k top. So when we were at that 65k top, what happened is that the lines, the MACD lines, were about to cross bearish on the weekly chart, and then your histogram started to print basically light green bars. And when this happened, basically the price just kept going down and just crashed after, especially after this weekly bearish MACD cross happened right here. So when the blue line went under the orange line. And basically after this happens, you basically have an extended corrective phase, as you can see, which is the red area right here. So yeah, it's very interesting. One more interesting thing that I saw here is after we did cross bearish, we did pump one more time and then basically dropped into the abyss and just corrected for a few months. And right now, the price of BTC is doing the same thing. So you have your weekly lines right here, your weekly MACD lines about to cross bearish, so curving down, and then you have your histogram printing light green bars as well, and you can see your price action is very similar to what was happening right here. So expect a probable correction to happen in the upcoming months, maybe 1 or 2 months, especially when these cross. But also don't disregard the fact of this pump right here, which was basically a bull trap again. So this can happen even after we do cross bearish on the weekly. A similar pump can happen with a lower high and then basically a dump and then a stronger correction, or an extended correction if you want. So this is something to pay attention to. It happened once and it's looking like it's going to happen again. And basically we are going to stay in a corrective phase till basically the MACD histogram starts to flip light green and curve upwards. So making lower or smaller histogram bars. And then basically when the blue line starts to curve up and like basically you're going to bullish cross. We call this a weekly MACD bullish cross. So again, this is something very interesting and very important to take care of because it's very dangerous if and when these happen. And I'm going to go also to the monthly chart and I'm going to try to explain to you what I see as well. So believe it or not, the MACD on the monthly was actually a great indicator to show you where the bull runs end. And I'm going to go to first to the, excuse these, which I will use later, but I'm going to go first to the 2014 run, and I'm going to zoom out the MACD like this. And as you can see here, during the run, your MACD is always green basically. Once on the monthly chart, on the 1 month chart, once you start flipping or turning those histogram bars into light green, that's basically just over. You're basically in a bear market already. And to top it off, you have your MACD lines on the monthly about to cross bearish, so they start curving down. And you can see they started to curve down and then they just faked out a little bit and then they just went to bear land. That's basically what happened in 2014, which is very similar to our current bull run. I keep saying this, but I don't know why no one wants to look at this. And yeah, you have your bear market, which is this red histogram. And you can see when you started to print those red histograms, bars, which are smaller in size, and then your lines started to curve to bullishly, basically, then you started to have your basic rally to the 2017 all-time high. And again, 2017 all-time high, same thing happened again. You reach your all-time high, and then what happens after is basically you start to print green or light green histograms on the monthly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and these histograms are actually smaller in size. So this is something which is very important also, which is confluential, which is in confluence with the past bull run and the present bull run as well. And obviously your MACD line is about to cross bearish on the monthly, so just basically That's basically just it. And then you keep correcting until you start printing those light red histograms on the MACD, on the monthly MACD. And of course, you have your potential bullish cross on the monthly MACD. And right now, believe it or not, we are doing exactly the same thing. This is our 2021 rally. So what's happening basically is, again, the same thing. You are printing histogram bars, which are light green in color. And if I might say, a lot of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 already. And you had your fake out similar to 2014. And then your monthly MACD lines are about to cross basically bearish. So if this happens, expect a long correction or a long corrective phase. Some people call it a bear market. You can call it whatever you want. But expect that corrective phase to happen where you're probably not going to see higher highs on Bitcoin for a couple of months. So yeah, very interesting. The last thing that I don't like about this, which is kind of like a warning sign in my personal opinion, that because we never had them in 2014 and 2017, is basically this divergence on the price action and the MACD histogram. So you can see here on the price action, you were making higher highs, but on the MACD histogram, you were making lower highs. And this is called a hidden or a bearish divergence. Not a hidden, actually. It's called a bearish divergence. So yeah, this bearish divergence you need to pay attention to because it's something very significant, and you combine it with the potential bearish MACD cross on the monthly MACD, and with the histogram starting to print these light histogram bars, this light green histogram bars, which are also smaller in size, then you need to start worrying. Okay? Again, this is just the charts. Nothing here is financial advice. It's just me showing you stuff. It's my responsibility to show you stuff. I talked about this weekly MACD here. No one listened. And I'm going to talk about this monthly MACD. And I hope people start to listen, or at least take precautions in the upcoming month. One more thing that I want to talk about. So I'm going to go to the 1 week chart again. And as you can see here on the left chart, I have SMAs 20 and 50, EMA 50, DMA 35, and TMA 45. So these basically are just the simple moving average, the exponential moving average, the double exponential moving average, and the triple exponential moving average. These two down right here are more accurate than the top ones, so they give you better entries in markets. So yeah, when you combine them together, you get a very clear picture of what the market is doing or what the market will do, especially when they cross. So if they cross in a certain way, you are bearish. If you cross in another way, you are basically bullish. So yeah, I'm gonna start turning them on to explain what they are. I'm gonna go to 2014 first. So please bear with me because this is actually kind of hard to understand, but I'm going to try my best to make it as simple as possible for everybody. So this is our 2014 bull run right here. I'm going to start turning on the 50 and the 20. I'm using only the 20 and the 50 here. So you can see that the 50 is the orange line right here. And you can see that the 20 is the blue line. These are the 50 and the 20 SMA. And they turn green and they turn yellow once your bear markets start to come out, basically. And I'm gonna explain it very simple. Just bear with me for now. But basically, they sometimes turn green and they sometimes still turn yellow. And then I'm gonna do the 50 EMA. So the 50 EMA, I chose it as an area because I wanted you guys to visualize as like this is some type of like sea or ocean or sea level. I wanted you to visualize this so I could explain this in an easier way. And then I'm going to turn on the DMA, which is this purple line, and then the TMA, which is the red line. Okay, so let's go to the charts and explain. So as long as you have this pattern or this color formation where it's basically red, purple, blue, and orange, and your orange is underwater or under the yellow sea level, which is your 50 EMA, your rally is good to go. Your bull run is good to go. And you can see that even right here during your fake local top, the color formation or the pattern formation was still the same. The color formation was still the same. You had orange, blue, purple, and red. Okay? And then you continued your rally, till your blue line, which is your 20 SMA, starts to flip green, touches your purple and your red DMA and TMA. And at the same time, while it's doing this, your price action drops, so basically corrects severely, and you go slightly underwater, touch your orange line right here, which is your 50 SMA, and then pump back again. make a lower high, which is basically a bull trap. And then as you're doing this bull trap high, your 50 SMA, which is your orange line, starts to climb above sea level and starts to cross with your 20 SMA, which is this one, and your other SMAs as well, DMAs and TMAs as well. And then finally it flips yellow, and these here cross bearishly, and then you have the reverse pattern or the reverse color formation. So you have now red, purple, green, and yellow rather than the opposite. And then basically your bear market is here, as you can see. And this bear market, actually the signal for the bear market was right here when you had your touch, when you had your blue SMA turn green, touch the DMA and the TMA, and at the same time the price action going below water or below the 50 EMA, touching your orange line, which is the 50 SMA, and then more confirmation happens is when your orange SMA just goes up. That's basically, in my personal opinion, that's it. Probably a couple of weeks and then you just go bear. And you can see since this one went out, it took us from June 30 to September. At least, September, I'm going to say here, till at least August to confirm this bearishness. So June, July, and August, 2 months exactly. And then you can see we went through a bear market, and then your SMA, your yellow line, your 50 SMA starts to go again towards the sea level, like a whale basically, and goes back to sleep and becomes orange. And then your other EMAs and DMAs start to go above sea level again, and your color formation, your bullish color formation just forms again, red, purple, and blue, and the orange always on the bottom of the sea. And then you have your bull run again happening, keeps happening. Even during the corrections in 2017, it kept happening. You kept pumping and pumping till again your 20 SMA just turns green. It goes high fives the purple and the red lines, which are the TMA and the DMA. And then at the same time, while this high fives these two, your price action goes underwater, touches the orange sleeping whale, the 50 SMA, which is under our 50 EMA, which is our sea level basically. And then what happens after is again another bull trap high, and then your SMA 20 and your DMA 35 and your TMA 45 start to curve downward basically towards sea level. And then your whale, your orange whale, which is basically the 50 SMA, goes above sea level, and that's basically it. You're basically over. Game is over. Now here in 2017, it was actually harsher than 2014. The market didn't give anyone time to realize that, okay, we're bearish. But if you were paying attention to this, then you probably know that you were bearish right here when this happened. Even right here, you could say. No, right here still not, but here, right there, when your green touched your purple and your red, and then your orange was touching the price action right here under sea level. And then again in our rally right here in the 2021 rally, again you have the same bullish color formation, red, purple, blue, and orange, and you keep having this formation all the way through the rally, even through the corrections, till again what happens is you keep going up till here. Right here is where your SMA 20 turns green, high fives these two, red and purple, DMA and TMA, and heads back down. At the same time, your price action is touching your 50 SMA, so this orange whale. And then you have, again, same thing happens. You have your pump, which is your bull trap basically, and you have your orange whale going outside of the sea level or going out of the sea level to try to cross with the EMA, with the 20 SMA and this DMA and TMA. Okay guys, so I'm going to try to show you the similarities between the 2014 rally and the 2021 bull run. Basically, both of them under the same rally. So you have your strong push to the upside, strong push to the upside. You have the same sequence of colors here and here. So everything is okay, right? You have your red, your purple, your blue, and your orange, which is below sea level, which is basically the 50 EMA, this yellow area that you have. So in both charts, it's the same basically. And then you keep going up, you pump, you reach an all-time high, and after your all-time high is reached, basically, you severely correct or you severely dump. And then when you're dumping, what's happening is that your SMA, which is your 20 SMA, which is this blue line, is actually turning green and basically touching the red and purple lines, and similar to here, you turn green and you touch the red and purple lines. And as you are doing this, your price action is basically dropping and touching that 50 SMA, which is under the 50 EMA, which is your level of seawater basically, or your sea level. And after this touch happens with the price action and the 50 SMA on the weekly chart, usually what comes after is a fake rally to the upside or a bull trap. So same here, you have your bull trap here, your bull trap here, and then after that bull trap happens, you have your level of consolidation. And as this consolidation is happening, your 20 SMA is actually moving down towards that 50 SMA, which is coming outside of the water. Similar to here, your 20 SMA is going down and your 50 SMA is coming out of the water and crossing. And usually what happens after, and you can see in the chart, is basically your bear market just starts and your prices start to dip below sea level or below the 50 EMA on the weekly chart. So below sea level basically just means around that 30K region, 20K region. I don't know how low it will go. But yeah, very, very similar pattern formations, very similar color formation as well. And even price action is the same. So if these do play out, you could expect BTC to actually go below sea level or below that 50 EMA on the weekly chart, similar to the 2014 bull run after the all-time high was reached. So the warning signs were here already. So when you touch this here and your 20 SMA turned green and you basically touch the purple and the red one, that was basically your warning sign, and this was your get out area basically. And then after that, when that 50 SMA crossed with the 20 SMA, it was basically over, as you can see. And right now, the 20 SMA is about to cross the 50 SMA. It could probably take around 2 to 3 weeks for you to see this happening, for you to see us going below sea level like that. So yeah, just be careful. This is the chart speaking, not me. I hope you liked the video. Share, like, and subscribe, please. Try to make this channel grow so I can keep providing these videos for you. Follow me on Twitter. I do post a lot of stuff there as well. The link is in the description below. And if you want to inquire about my private paid Discord group, you can also message me in the link below through my Telegram, my private Telegram. So just send me a message and I'll answer anything you want. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you again next time.